Hello guys, welcome to my channel. Today I'm changing the oil in my iPower 3800 generator. It needs a oil change. I just got through with the break-in period and we are going to be looking at that right now. Okay, so you have this notch here to engage a screwdriver or a pry tool, and then you get your fingers behind here. There's some automotive style clips on this panel. And you just have to work your fingers around there till it pops. Then there's two tabs at the bottom. These two tabs go in these two slots down here. Now, this is something that you need to look out for. See these automotive style clips right here? These automotive style clips have a habit of coming off. So this happens when you're working on trim in your car, and it also happens right here on this generator. So this tab is stuck into this slot right here. So all you need to do is squeeze it with your fingers, give it a push, take it out, and then put it back on the piece of plastic. Now, the way these clips are designed, they have little teeth. And these little teeth are supposed to grab on this panel. And what happens is, the panel's not as strong as a clip. And that is the same as a lot of vehicles. So you just have to put that tab back on there. Now, relating to this generator, it has a nice sound insulation on this panel, which I really appreciate. I appreciate the build quality of this. It has sound insulation on the inside of this cover, the inside of the build, all around. This thing is really well built. It has nice access. So the access cover is generous. You got the carburetor here, the cylinder head here, the air cleaner here. You got a fuel drain on the bottom of the carburetor. And we are going to be getting into that drain plug right there. See that drain plug? So my first video, I missed the record button and I wanted to demonstrate this nice tool, this oil change funnel tube. So my oil should be perfect because I already did the oil change. Like I said, we're redoing this just so you can see the detail. So yes, my oil is right there in the middle, right there on the bottom of the line, and I will try to zoom in and show you. Oil is right at the bottom of the threads, right here where it's supposed to be. But this oil fill tube, it's so nice that people come up with the ideas and then they build this stuff that we could utilize it. Because this makes it so handy. Just put your funnel in there and fill your oil. Makes it so nice. That is really a nice little tool. You know, for the price, I forget what it was. I think it might have been $13. I have to look it up. But that made changing the oil really nice. And you could even just tip your generator over. This one weighs 100 pounds, but if you had it on a bench, you could tip it over and just pour it into a drain pan. You don't even need to do anything special like using the fluid evacuator that I did. But like I said, I had one, so why not use it? So that fill funnel is such a handy device. Now I don't know about the threads on your generator or the threads, you know, which ones fit. I read everybody's reviews, and if somebody mentioned the generator that I had, that it worked, then that's what I do. Went ahead and picked it up based on somebody's review. They said they had this generator, and I took a chance. Sometimes you got to take a chance. Here I hooking up the vacuum pump there, and I'm sucking the oil out of the crankcase, and this oil is going into the evac tank chamber. It's a very nice, this is a very nice setup. I bought it for my boat several years ago. It's really handy. So I mean, if you have one, I wouldn't say you have to purchase one to change oil on a generator that you hardly ever use. But if you have one laying around, there's absolutely no reason not to drag it out of the, get it out of wherever you're storing it and use it. This system is overly, how can I say, just tremendously makes things easy. Now, so I'm sucking the oil, it's pulling the oil out, and it's filling the chamber here. I'm going to get the oil out of here, and then we're going to be refilling it. Okay, we're just starting to pull bubbles now. We got all the oil out of the crankcase, and I will be tipping this generator back so that I'm guaranteed that this suction tube gets the rest of the oil out of the crankcase. And you can see there was a little bit there. Now I'm going to tip it back just a little bit. I'm just about finished evacuating the oil from this crankcase. Like I said, this tool is very handy. I'm giving it one more moving around of the tube, and you can see I did pick up a little bit more. So there's some people say, you know, I've seen some nice YouTube videos where they show how much oil comes out when you're doing it on an engine versus draining it from the drain plug on an automotive application. Now in this application, the crankcase is small. The tube goes right down to the bottom, and you can tip it over to make sure it's at the bottom. So that is how I got the oil out of the crankcase. And on the side of the quart there are graduations, and it turned out that it came out perfect. I took it down to a half a quart and then pulled the funnel out, pulled the fill tube out, and it was right at the top of the threads, right where it's supposed to be. And that turned out absolutely perfect. Couldn't get any better than that. I was very pleased with the outcome filling it. It was so easy to get done with the right tools. When you have the right tools, things go very well. So to put the cover back on, just engage the tabs, give it a little push, snap, it snaps in nice. And then tighten up your knob. Nice that they made that spring loaded. So it's time to fill this thing up with fuel. I got some Rec 90 ethanol free fuel. I'm getting ready for the hurricane season. I want to be ready to roll this thing out and plug it in at a moment's notice. Not that I've ever needed to. It's just a precaution. And so I'm filling up the tank with this ethanol free fuel. And this generator is going to be ready to go. Now let's see how easy it starts. I had run the carburetor completely dry, so the carburetor was completely dry. Pull the choke, let it sit for a minute, let a little bit of fuel hopefully fill into that carburetor. And it actually started on the very first pull, even though I was in echo idle mode where it has a lower idle speed. You're supposed to start it in full mode. But this vehicle, this generator starts very easy. One pull, even on eco mode. It's idling good. Time for me to clean up my mess. And this generator is ready to go for the season. Very pleased with the outcome. It was very nice with this proper tool. So you guys have a great day. I'll catch you on the next one.